Have you ever wondered how life must be like in Skyrim as a nobody? As an adventurer? As a regular person? Well, guys, in today's video, I'm here to tell you exactly how life is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a good one, I promise you. It's taken me quite a while to edit, record, and get the footage that I have in this video, and I hope it pays off pretty well. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get this. My name is John of Riverwood. I am terrified. I have no idea where I am, and boy oh boy do I have a story to tell you. Riverwood. This is my home. The Sleeping Giant Inn is my home, exactly. I am too poor to afford an actual place here in Riverwood, but you do what you can to get by. Delphine has let me keep my room for about 30 gold a month. And to be honest, that is a fantastic deal if I do say so myself. I currently work as an apprentice for Alvor, which is the blacksmith here in Riverwood, and I couldn't be more grateful to have a job like this. It teaches you how to be a man, and it pays decently. Alvor has given me a task that I shall complete. He told me that I need to make an iron dagger for him to prove my usefulness, because for some reason, I don't really work all that often here. He doesn't necessarily need my help. He just encourages me to help him, and with that he pays me under the table. Now, it's not an official job because the city of Whiterun doesn't necessarily need 2 blacksmiths for 1 village. So for that reason alone, I don't really get paid all that much. But like I said before, I have another side gig that I do to make the extra gold so I can afford my room. You know, it's some oddities like helping till the farms, and I kind of help out the logger over there, you know. He needs help every now and then. Sorry about that little lie. I know I said I was an apprentice blacksmith, but I like to consider myself that. Like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. Every now and then, the thought crosses my mind. Maybe there are better things in life than Riverwood, and you may be right. Skyrim is a pretty big place. There are a lot of things that I have never seen before in Skyrim. One of these days, maybe, just maybe, I'll consider stepping away from this beautiful village to discover more things before my time comes to an end. Not to say that I'm going to die early or anything like that, but anything can happen in today's age. They may even send me off to serve in the war. Gods, I hope not. Talus, protect me. After these past few days, I have started to wonder about what I will end up doing for the rest of my life. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't want to be here forever. I know I said that before, but I just got a feeling that something great might happen soon, you know? And I will probably never be able to experience that feeling of greatness unless I leave Riverwood. Riverwood is a great place, but I feel like there's something else in my life that I am missing. The thrill of adventure is something that you cannot replace. I guarantee you guys. Adventure and being able to go on a journey is very satisfactory. Every time I leave for Whiterun, there's this feeling of happiness I get. I feel happy to get away. And because of that, I think that I am going to do something that I may or may not regret. And that is leaving Riverwood. I've contemplated this fact for a little while now, and I feel like doing this will give me a sense of fulfillment. So I have decided to set off tomorrow morning on a journey to nowhere. That's right, guys. I have no idea where I'm going. Talus, guide me. Because of this feeling that I have, I think I should prepare for the unknown. And because of that, I have decided to make a sword. And this sword will be a symbol of my journey to come. I decided to check out the Riverwood Trader to see if he had anything that I could use on my excursion. After arriving, I stumbled upon a little exchange of dialogue between him and his sister. Turns out I was right. This may be my chance of having a purpose in my journey. Lucan has asked me to help him retrieve his golden claw. He said it's located in Bleak Falls Barrow. I have no idea where it is or what it is, but hopefully it's a fulfilling journey. His sister told me exactly where it is. She gave me directions. It's actually closer than I thought. All I have to do is cross the bridge, go up the hill, follow the trail until you stumble upon Bleak Falls Barrow. She says it looks like a castle. This may be the journey that I've been needing. Before I left, I decided to grab some things from Lucan to help aid me in my journey to Bleak Falls Barrow. So I took all the little gold that I had left and I bought a backpack. This will help me feel more like an adventurer than anything else. This weather is not fit for a journey. I've decided to go back into the Sleeping Giant Inn and rest, for I have a big day tomorrow. A very, very big day. Good morning, everyone. Today is the day that my life changes. I will never forget this day. It is time to set off to Bleak Falls Barrow. Before I officially set off, I have decided to practice a little bit, because I haven't used a sword in quite a while. In fact, I don't think I have ever used a sword. I just cannot get enough of the beauty of Skyrim. The mountains, the fresh mountain air, the clouds, everything Skyrim has to offer is beauty incarnate. As I officially set off for Bleak Falls Barrow, I can't get enough of the beauty that Skyrim has. As I look back at Riverwood, my home, I have a sort of longing to go back. Should I stay, or should I continue on my journey that I promised Lucan that I shall deliver? Deep down inside, I want to go back, for I fear that something terrible might happen. Or maybe that's just the exhilarating feeling of a true adventure. Nonetheless, I grabbed my bag, my sword, and I officially set off for Bleak Falls Barrow. As I journeyed up the mountain, I heard a noise. Then I saw a wolf. I was slightly terrified, but I quickly remembered that I am bigger and stronger than the wolf. I took him down with some mercy and ended his life quickly. As I watched the wolf bleed out, I made sure that it was dead, but I couldn't help but feel sorry for it somehow. I don't know why. I am an animal person, and having to kill a dog makes me feel sad. But lo and behold, I would have to do a lot more than just kill a wolf in the near future. As I journeyed further up the mountain, I noticed that it was getting cold quick. Unfortunately, I did not become prepared in that manner, but I felt as if my adrenaline rush will warm me up Just enough to the point where I don't even need a coat of any sort. As I looked down at Riverwood, I asked myself again, should I stay or should I return home? I pushed forward in hopes of getting this over with quickly and swiftly. As I got closer to what I assumed was Bleak Falls Barrow, I saw 2 guards. I thought that maybe they were friendly, but then as I looked closer at them, one wielded a great hammer, and he did not seem friendly whatsoever. Then I realized they were wearing typical bandit gear. One had a bow and fur armor with battle paint on their face. Then I realized this was not going to end very well. So I decided to charge head first and officially start this journey off with a bang. I managed to avoid the arrows of the bandit with the bow. Soon enough, what I assumed to be the bandit chief came down to attack. She seemed to be somewhat afraid. Too bad for her, because I ended her life very quickly. I guess I'm pretty good with the sword after all. Now all that was left was the one with the bow. I ended his life quickly as well. After searching this tower, I did not find the golden claw at all. So I'm not entirely sure if maybe the other bandits took the claw and hid it somewhere, or maybe they sold it already? I have no idea. There was a chest on the top of the tower, and lo and behold, there was no claw. So I wondered to myself, is this even Bleak Falls Barrow? Lucan's sister said it looked like a castle, and from what I assume, this was maybe somewhat of a castle? Then I realized there is more to this trail than I thought. As I circled around the cliff face, it got even colder. It got so cold to the point that I probably should have turned back. But as I turned the corner, I saw Bleak Falls Barrow. Now this is what Lucan's sister was talking about. My gods, this is amazing. This gives me chills. As I looked closer, I noticed there was another bandit on the top. I took the bow that I got from the dead bandit, and I shot a warning shot. That, or maybe I'm just horrible at aiming. But nonetheless, I got the bandit's attention, and I was trying my best to defend myself. And then I realized there were more than just one bandit here. One bandit with a huge sword came running down the stairs at me. Luckily, I was able to get rid of her really quick. There was another one on the top, raining down arrows at me. As I ended their lives, I came to the realization that I'm not alone here. There are a lot of bandits that are outside, so you can only imagine how many there must be inside. As I stood in front of the 2 large doors, I pressed forward. As I entered Bleak Falls Barrow, I saw a dead bandit on the ground along with some sort of rat, and I saw 2 more bandits up ahead. I got rid of them as quickly as I could so that I would not alert any other bandits around. This place was very dark. Bleak Falls Barrow is a place that you do not want to go to alone. It is probably best to bring a friend, so that if you were to pass away, you won't be alone down here, because I have a feeling you will never be found again. After searching the bandits, I came across a few lockpicks. Then I saw a chest. In my younger years, a friend of mine's taught me how to pick locks. Not only did I get myself into some serious trouble, it kind of helped me out. I'm using them for my advantage. Stealing from the thieves. Although you can't steal from a dead person, am I right? As I continued further down into Bleak Falls Barrow, it got colder down here. I felt as if I was going down into a bleak, scary tomb. I happened to stumble upon 2 dead bandits in a room. I am not sure what killed them, but I realized there is something more down here, far darker than anything one could ever imagine. I came to a door, and then I saw what I would never be able to unsee ever again. I saw a dead thing in front of the door. It looks like a person, but it looks dead, as if it's been dead for hundreds of years. Is this what they may call the Draugr? I've heard stories about these things. They're essentially undead human beings. Seeing one for the first time almost made me want to turn back. Am I filled with such an amount of fear that I must return and tell Lucan that I was too afraid to find the claw for him? Or perhaps I should lie to him and tell him that I've never found the claw. Tell him that they broke the claw, or perhaps sold it already, and they spared my life. I can't do that. I decided to enter into this room and see what may lie inside. And lo and behold, there were more of these Draugr, and they were just as alive as they are dead. Somehow, by the grace of Talos, I managed to kill them without getting myself killed. These Draugr are very strong. The noises that they make, terrifying. I feel as if I will be scarred from this journey for the rest of my life. When I return home, I may or may not tell anyone of the things that I saw here today. As I continue deeper into Bleak Falls Barrow, I noticed another man down the stairs. He had a torch. That is exactly what I needed because it is very dark down here. I realized he must have been looking for something, and then he died suddenly. It appears as if something came raining down at him like arrows. I am not sure what killed that man, but as I went further down, I entered a room, and it looked like some sort of puzzle. There were symbols all over the walls. I feel as if this is not going to be easy. As I looked at the symbols on the walls, I realized, wait a minute. I realized the symbols, at least some of them, match these pillars on the left side in the room. These pillars move. They rotate. Why, this is amazing. So, out of curiosity, I have decided to match the symbols with the pillars that are on the walls. So as I matched these symbols together, I took the chance of pulling the lever, and lo and behold, the gate opens. My life has been spared. I saw another lever, so I pulled that in hopes of protecting myself from possible intruders that may come from behind. As I walked down these halls, I thought to myself, I cannot believe that I'm actually doing this. Something very bad could happen to me, and for what? I'm going to help this man retrieve something that he can come and do himself? This man better pay me well for this, for my name isn't John of Riverwood for nothing. I will not die in a place of death. My name is John of Riverwood, and I shall die in my birthplace. As I continued even further down in the depths of Bleak Falls Barrow, I encountered two rat things. I don't know what these are, but they're big. Somehow they were too dumb to even attempt to lay a hit at me. Crap, my torch went out. That's not good at all. So now I am left to nothing but a few candles lit down in this place. As I went further, I heard a noise. I think it was a person. I think he may be friendly. He screamed for my help. Before I could even consider going to save this man, I had to cut down a wall of webbing. I thought to myself, what kind of spider is this big to be able to web a doorway like this? As I tore it down, I saw something even worse than the Draugr. I saw something that will give me nightmares till the day I die. I saw a spider, but this one was no ordinary spider. This spider was absolutely massive. A thing of nightmares. Something you pray to the gods that you will never meet your fate by. As I heard the screams and the cries of this man in need, I thought to myself, what in the world am I doing here? What have I gotten myself into? If I turned now and went back, I would be overcome with guilt and knowing that I had a hand in this man's possible death. I could save him, spare his life, and feel good about that. Or I could not and go back. Somehow, I managed to work up the courage to fight this spider. But I realized he couldn't get through the doorway, and I wasn't going in there with a sword and shield. That just was not going to happen. Luckily, I had a few arrows left, and I put a few in him. Thank Talus, it didn't need a lot to die. But boy, oh boy, was this thing a nightmare to see. Successfully putting down this spider, I saw the man in need. He was thrilled to see another human being. As I cut him down to help, he said he wouldn't share the treasure with anyone? What does he mean? Come back, where are you going, dude? I then realized he must have the golden claw. I saved a man that didn't even need saving. As I went to chase after him, we ran into a trap. We ran into the catacombs of the Draugr. This was probably the biggest mistake of my life. And the thief, because he died quickly. I was afraid that I may die down here as well, but I didn't have the stamina to run back. But I had a little left to fight, to stand my ground, to defend my life. Fighting these Draugr, I thought back to what my father used to tell me. Defend yourself no matter who is right or wrong. Your life is important, and you are the main character of your life. I then realized that I fought and defended myself successfully from the Draugr. I managed to kill them. I don't know how. Running over to the thief, I realized he had the claw in his hand. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is exactly what I need. So then I thought to myself, I have what I need. Should I even bother continuing down Bleak Falls Barrow? Or should I turn back? Should I turn back? I have exactly what I need. But somehow there's a feeling of longing, as if I need to continue this journey. Only Talos knows what lies down here. There were only a few Draugr a minute ago, but there could be tens of hundreds, if not thousands more, down in Bleak Falls Barrow. For all I know, this could be a maze that will inevitably lead to my death. I do not know what else is down here, but maybe, just maybe, I should continue to see this through. Maybe I should just go back while I still have the chance, for I may not know if I will ever get the chance again to return home to Riverwood. I could potentially break a leg and be hurt. No one will hear my screams. I will be trapped down here in a rocky, cavernous tomb. I cannot make my mind up. What should I do? Have you ever wondered how life in Skyrim is as a hunter? A man lost in the wilds. An adventurer. Well guys, in today's video, I'm here to tell you exactly how life is as a hunter in the world of Skyrim. If you guys are curious to know if I have any other roleplay videos like this, I will leave a card in the description so you can check them out. I've already made like 6 or 7, I think. And they are pretty good, if I do say so myself. The one video I made that was actually I believe it was called I roleplayed as an adventurer in Skyrim, or I had roleplayed as a bandit in Skyrim, one of those two. Those two videos have done really well. They've gotten a few thousand views, and I am very grateful for that. But this video, I just know that this video will do so well to the point where I will literally get like 100,000 views, okay? That's what I feel like this video deserves. It deserves 100,000 views and maybe a few thousand subscribers, alright? Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your fellow Skyrim inhabitants. Let's get into this. Oh my gosh. Is that a dragon? Huh. I didn't know they existed. Well, anyways, how are you guys today? I have a great story I would like to share with you all. It all started one Tuesday morning. I was just cooking up my stew, and I headed off to see what I can scour in the woods nearby. Picked up a few flowers, enjoyed the scenery. Before I get off topic, I just want to say that I'm actually not from this side of Skyrim. I'm actually from Falkreath, believe it or not. I ran away in hopes of starting a new life. I decided to become a hunter, because why not? There's a lot that Skyrim has to offer, and I truly believe that being a hunter is one of those things that most people would probably enjoy doing until they die. I decided to get away from my campsite and search for some big game. Of course, not the dragon. I am too small to fight such a beast. I decided to head towards this cave that I've been eyeing for some time now. Upon entering, I realized it's very dark. I don't have a torch, but somehow the little light that was in this cave was just enough to get me through. I decided to move forward into this cave, and lo and behold, I saw a person. Oh wow, by the divines, there's a person in here. After speaking with this mysterious man, he needed a health potion. Luckily, I had just the thing for him. He ran off before he had a chance to tell me his name. Maybe one day I will see him again. I decided to keep moving in hopes of finding something that I can kill. I saw a very large spider, and that was just enough for me to turn around and get out of this cave. And that's exactly what I did. I headed back to my campsite to collect my thoughts, chop some wood to clear my thoughts, and that's exactly all I needed. I decided that hunting deer and foxes was something that I wasn't really in the mood for today, so I decided to check on my good friend Jess. Jess is usually here fishing along the bank, and she typically finds some of the best fish in this river. She was doing pretty well, and she said that I was more than welcome to fish right here. So I did just that. I caught 2 fish, and I decided that that would be just enough for me for today. I thanked her, and I went on my way. So as I decided to go back to camp, I thought to myself, perhaps I should take a detour. I stumbled upon a nest. I found an egg. Now I have my breakfast for tomorrow. I felt kind of bad for stealing this egg, but it is what it is. Somehow I still can't believe how I am even alive in this beautiful world of Skyrim. Oh, what was that? I heard something in the bushes. It's a wolf. Hopefully I can scare it away, because I am in no mood to fight a wolf. All I have is a bow to my name, so if it gets close to me, it's game over. As I shot my warning shots at the wolf, Out of nowhere, a thick cloud of fog came and ruined everything. On top of that, I am also starving. I snuck around to see if the wolf was still around. I tried not to make a noise, but by the divines, there's a bear? I have to go. I swam across the lake in hopes of getting away from the bear and the wolf. I think I might have gotten myself in a bit of a pickle. I heard a noise in the lake, and lo and behold, 2 slaughterfish. It seems as if everything is out to get me these days. As I murdered the slaughterfish, I decided to check out this cabin that I've been eyeing for some time. Turns out there's no one here but a dead wolf. Very concerning to me. I'm not sure how this wolf died, but I decided to see if anything was in this cabin. But as I turned around, the wolf that was with the bear somehow managed to get me. He caught me off guard. Somehow I managed to end his life. Slightly terrified, with my heart racing, I hid in this corner for some time, in hopes that the owner of this cabin would not return anytime soon. I decided to see what things I could borrow. They had some food here and I was starving. They had a bowl of soup, some bread, and fresh vegetables in their garden. I kept moving. This side of the lake is very beautiful. This is my first time over here. As I kept moving, I noticed the sun was going down. I also managed to see a fox in a daze. I decided that I would attack this fox in hope of procuring its fur. As you can clearly tell, I am not good at this bow. I am so bad at being a hunter, I should probably train a bit more. As I dragged the fox across the lake, I decided to skin it. After a long process of defurring the poor fox, I decided to head back home as it was getting really dark. On the way to my campsite, I heard a noise, and 2 wolves, to my surprise, jumped me. I ran across the waterfall in hopes of getting rid of my scent from the wolves. I think that did the job, because I did not see them again. As I was coming close to my camp, I decided to see if old Jess was doing okay. It appears that she might be going to bed soon. After arriving at my campsite, I was quite surprised to see that my fireplace was still burning. I woke up the next day, starving as always. I had one plan for today, and I decided that I would be heading into town. Riverwood, they call it. I suppose it makes sense. It's surrounded by the woods, and it's pretty much on the river. After journeying down the stone road, sightseeing the beauty of this river, I thought to myself, how lucky I am to be here. I saw another wolf up along the road. I feel as if this is the same one that attacked me last night. I skinned it and kept on moving. After arriving in Riverwood, I thought to myself, perhaps someday I'll move here and start a new life. Maybe one day I'll become a bartender. Or maybe an innkeeper. I'm getting off topic. I'm here for important business. I decided to head into the Riverwood Trader in hopes of acquiring some goods. Turns out this man had a backpack. That is exactly what I've been looking for. A bag to haul all of my junk. After getting my bag, I decided to socialize a bit and check on some of the townspeople and see how they were doing. I just remembered, I have firewood to sell. I also decided that I wanted to buy a sort of knife The blacksmith was nowhere to be found. As I entered, the man that I saved from the cave is here? Turns out, he was the blacksmith's son. The good deed that I did made everyone's day here. I felt good. He even let me have everything he had. A free meal? Huh, sign me up. However, I still needed a weapon, in which he did not have, but he did have one in stock, so I purchased a knife. This would be very useful in terms of skinning animals and defending myself. Before I decided to leave Riverwood, I decided to check out the Sleeping Giant Inn. This place is very welcoming. I spoke to the innkeeper in hopes of acquiring more food to stockpile on, because sometimes I just can't kill deer. I can't even kill anything to save my life. Sometimes I just like to sit here and think about life. The smell of the ale, wine, and firewood brings back good memories. Time was being wasted, so I decided to head back to camp. On the way back to camp, I saw another wolf, but this time he was on the other side of the river. I believe this was the other one that was attacking me last night, believe it or not. I guess he couldn't cross. After brutally murdering this poor wolf, he stood in a daze. He couldn't believe that even he died. On the way back, I noticed a path. A path that I've never seen before, or at least I haven't noticed. As I climbed up the path, I saw another hunter. But it turns out this was no hunter. This was a man who wanted blood. And unfortunately, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I had to defend myself. I truly did not want to kill anyone. But in the world of Skyrim, one must do what they have to. After ending this poor man's life, I was in a state of shock. I looked around to see if anyone else was possibly sneaking up on me. I ran away. I felt really bad. There was still plenty of daylight left, so I decided to check out the other area of my campsite to see if I could hopefully find some bigger game. I saw a deer for the first time over here. I landed one arrow, but he was unfazed and ran off. Unfortunate, I thought. Maybe next time. I continued to see if I could find something else. And lo and behold, I saw another campsite. I didn't know this was here, but now I do. And boy oh boy, I wish I never found this place. It looks as if there are a few people that are at this campsite. I presumed maybe this is a sort of base of operations for some of the guards, but I was very mistaken. As I was looking around, I got jumped by another wolf. Unlucky for him, because I ended his life very quickly. I then realized, I think I made a mistake. There's blood everywhere, and I made a bit of a mess. I thought maybe I could tidy it up a bit more, but before I can even do anything, I was surprised by bandits. This is no campsite for guards. This was a base for bandits, and I just made a grave mistake. My adrenaline was flowing so bad to the point where I couldn't feel anything. And then, all of a sudden, I just killed 3 people in front of some guards that just happened to be strolling by. They didn't seem to mind. Nightfall was approaching. I decided to take a nap. After being ridden with grief, I stood and thought for a second. What have I done? Life as a hunter is not what I thought it would be like. I managed to somehow kill more people than I have animals. For that, I must apologize to the divines. I am truly sorry. Maybe life as a hunter is not for me. Perhaps I should choose a different path in life. To the parents of those that I have killed, please forgive me. Have you ever wondered how life in Skyrim must be like as a survivor? A man lost at sea. Someone left to die. Well guys, in today's video, I will do my best to describe to you exactly how life in Skyrim is as a survivor. There are many things that have went into this playthrough, and believe me, I died at least 50 times. Just throwing it out there. If you haven't checked out my older roleplay videos, I suggest you check them out because they are pretty sick. They're pretty cool if I do say so myself. A lot of those videos are what pretty much made me get to 1,000 subscribers. So for all those guys and gals who watch those videos, I thank you all. Here are some other videos you can check out in your free time if you want to see some more of me and hear my sexy voice. But without further ado, let's get into this. Skyrim. This place is not for the faint of heart. I've been lost at sea for days, weeks, probably months. I have no idea, but it seemed like a very long time. I have no idea where in Skyrim I am at, or even if I am in Skyrim. I don't even know where I am. But I think this is Skyrim. From all the stories I heard, this place is very hostile. As I woke in my now sunken, capsized ship, I realized I may or may not get out of here alive. As I woke, I was freezing to death almost. So I swam to try and figure out how to get out of my ship. I soon came to realize that all of my crew members would be dead. As I swam up to the first floor of the ship, what I think is the first floor, I saw a good friend of mine's. He is dead. Unfortunate, I thought. However, he had clothes on that looked very warm. I threw those on, and I tried my best to find the way out. Luckily, from my time spent with a fellow mage who kind of raised me in my childhood, he taught me a healing spell. Thank Talus, I knew that spell pretty well because I would surely need this. The water was so cold that it was almost disabling to my joints. I have never experienced cold to this degree in my life. As I tried to find the way out, I actually died. Yeah, this would not be the first time. I died a lot, but back to the regularly scheduled program. After many efforts and attempts to try to find my way out of the ship, I found a hole. Thank Talus, it was big enough for me to fit through. As I got on the top of the ship, or would actually be the bottom of the ship, I looked to see where in Talos I was. I think this is Skyrim. Somehow, a crew member managed to escape but died, so I stole their clothes. This was very comfortable and warm, I thought. However, the challenge of swimming was just starting. I found my way to the closest iceberg. You know, I thought I was already so cold, but no, it would only get worse from here on out, guys. It was probably negative 100,000 degrees, it was so cold. As I stood on top of one of the ice piles, I thought to myself again, I'm gonna die out here. I then saw another person. I believe they were dead. I think this was a crew member of mine. I wonder how they died. Probably froze to death, I presume. But this would not be the fate of me. In Talos' name, I will escape this icy death. As I traversed over each pile of ice, I thought to myself again, this place is very peculiar. I could die here. I could not. We'll never know unless I try to get off of this icy wasteland. As I progressed through the floating piles of glacier, I reminisced about how good life is in a warm, nice cabin. Thinking of these things kind of brought me a sense of peace. You must stay focused, because if you lose your mind out here, you will not be able to get it back. I pushed forward. More ice piles. More ice piles. Thank Talos, I stole a torch from that ship because, boy oh boy, this is my only source of warmth out here. I stood for a bit and realized I have a ways to go. This was not going to be an easy task, I thought, but I must push forward and continue my journey to ground. I believe I see some sort of land in the distance. It was so foggy, the rain was penetrating. I couldn't believe that I was still alive. It was so cold, it was unbearably cold out here. And I thought to myself, how can anyone in Skyrim live on this side of the island? As I pushed on further, I saw land. This was exhilarating. I was so full of adrenaline that it actually kept me warm enough to keep my sanity and keep pushing forward. As I said before, Skyrim is not a place for the faint of heart. You must have a strong mind to keep it out here. As I went forward, I encountered a walrus or a seal? I'm not quite sure what that thing is, but I kept my distance so I wouldn't have to harm it. I pushed forward. I saw a wolf, or at least I believed it to be one. And I also saw a ship that was also brushed upon the shore. Yes, indeed, that was a wolf. I'm hoping it does not come near me, because I do not wish to harm anything or anyone. My only wish is to get to dry land, warm land, because it is just as cold as it is here, as was in my ship. I pushed forward in hopes to find a place of warmth, but alas, I was greeted with the violence that Skyrim has to offer. These wolves left me no choice but to defend myself. I thought, it's me or them. Hacking and slashing away at these poor pups. I felt bad for them as one ran away.
A second chance, I thought. As I entered this tomb, it was warm inside, but not as warm as I would have hoped for. I saw 2 dead people. They looked like they'd been dead for about 100 years or so. I thought to myself, I probably should not be here, because whatever killed them may still be here. So I left in search of a more welcoming environment. I am praying that Skyrim is all but a frozen wasteland of hostility. I see a city on a great rock. I don't know what this place is, but I am hoping that it is some sort of civilization that I may have a sort of relief. This place is beautiful. All I can think of right now is getting the heck out of here. So as I kept moving, I realized that I was in a swamp or a bog. From stories and books, places like this are not where you would want to be. So I kept moving. But then I thought to myself, this place is actually beautiful. The typical stereotype of a swamp doesn't quite add up to this. It's charming in a sense, and beautiful. How beautiful Skyrim actually is. The stories that I heard about this place just don't add up. Not at all. I kept moving. I was getting tired. Really, really tired. Then I saw 2 torch bugs. They seemed to be friendly. The only non-hostile thing I've yet to encounter here in Skyrim. I stood here for a while and gazed upon the glory of this moon, perhaps planet. I'm not sure. But as I stood and stared, I thought about my future and how my current journey has made me a stronger man. Boy, do I have a story to tell. I cannot believe I actually survived any of this. Thank Talus, I survived.
Have you ever wondered how life would be like in Skyrim as an explorer? A traveler of unknown places. A daredevil of serious consequence. Well guys, in today's video I'm here to tell you exactly how life is as an explorer of Dwemer Ruins. My name is John of Winterhold, and I'm here to tell you a little secret I've been planning. Winterhold sucks. Yes, Winterhold is the absolute worst place here in the marvelous land of Skyrim. Dare I say it's even worse than corrupt Markarth, or even Mortuary Morthal? I think so. Anyways, I would like to discuss something with you all. I've been thinking about a huge discovery that I've been looking into recently regarding a dwarven city that is apparently underground. Scholars say that it's not too far from Winterhold. They call it Blackreach. It sounds disturbing nonetheless, but I think it might be worth it. It might be worth the hassle of possibly acquiring a few artifacts. Gods, I hope this will be worth it. Famous last words. Ah, another beautiful day in Winterhold. Albeit not beautiful Winterhold, but a beautiful day in Winterhold. I decided to check out my local inn to see what goods I can use for my journey ahead. This trek to Blackreach could be treacherous for me. I may even die. So, because of this, I decided to ask the Jarl. The Jarl is a very intimidating man, but when you have to do things that you don't want to do, you kinda just gotta do it. So I spoke to the Jarl in hopes that he could lend me a fellow hand in my journey to Blackreach. He told me of a wizard that's held up in the local inn. He didn't feel like coming, so I decided to see what I could take off of him that could aid me in my journey. It would have been nice if he could have helped me, but it is what it is. Before I decided to get going, I bought some food, because who knows how long this journey will take. I ponder day and night whether or not I should even do this. Albeit, I am worried. But life is short. Life is short, and I am a young man, and I deserve to know what else lies out there in the world of Skyrim, outside the gates of Winterhold, in the unknown. Like most men my age, there just comes a time where you must leave your home. Leave the nest, so to speak. And every now and then, I journey to the outskirts of Winterhold in hopes of working up the courage to leave. Oh, the Pale. The beautiful Pale. I suppose I should get going. Final goodbyes, I suppose. Who knows if I will ever return here. Ooh, look at me. I sound terrifying. Alright. Let's get out of here. As I left the gates of Winterhold, I thought to myself again, should I even do this? Is this even worth it? A part of me would like to stay, and the other part would like to go. As I journeyed further from Winterhold, I got attacked by a wolf. I quickly ended his life. That kinda just came upon me. I don't think I've ever attacked an animal in my life, but self-defense is something every Skyrim inhabitant needs to know. Because believe you me, it's very often that you will get attacked by gods know what out here. I continued a bit further. Ah, the Pale. Oh, another wolf. This one's different. Oh wow. This one is a lot different. A lot skinnier, a lot stronger. But he's dead. Poor wolf. But not poor me, because I survived. Only gods know that I might survive what comes next. I pray that I do survive. Quite frankly, I don't know if I will make it back home. But I must convince myself that there's more to life than Winterhold. I journeyed a bit further. As I walked between the pass, between the mountains, I saw a structure up ahead. I believe this is where I must go. I can't quite seem to remember the name of the structure up ahead, but I do know that it will take me to Blackreach. Another wolf. Oh. There's a few wolves, actually. I somehow managed to kill 2 of them. I'm sorry, pup. I must do what I must do. As I followed my fellow leader up ahead, I saw the structure again, and I also saw 2 people up ahead. I decided, it's not worth it. I'm here for one reason, and one reason alone, and that's to get to Blackreach. I don't have time to talk to people. As I looked around this campsite, it looks like no one has been here in ages. I saw a few books on the ground. One book was a journal of sorts. Apparently, 2 Khajiit warriors were camped here. As I looked around further, I noticed that there was a horse up ahead. A lonely horse. And then I realized, wait a minute, there's 2 dead people here. I don't know what happened to them, but I could use some armor. And so be it, I stole their armor. Well, is it considered stealing when they're dead? I'm not sure, but I took what I could, and I decided that I probably shouldn't be seen around these people. Hopefully no one's watching me. Well, of course the horse is, but he doesn't talk. I found a little pathway that looks upon the pale. Oh, wow. This is truly something. This is beautiful. I can't believe how beautiful this architecture is. The dwarven architecture. Whatever happened to the dwarves? We may never know. However, Blackreach may hold the secrets that we all wonder about. As I entered into the dungeon, it was almost colder in here than it was outside. This area is kind of haunting in a way. I'm not quite sure what lies up ahead, but one thing that I am certain about is the fact that I feel a little uneasy down here. Almost worrisome. I stumbled upon another journal. It looks as if the Khajiits were down here for some time. I wonder what they were doing down here. There's so much blood. There was a campsite that was just put out recently. So that must mean that there's someone else down here with me. Oh. What is that? Do you hear that? Oh. Oh gods. There is someone down here. I'm not sure who that was, but let me keep quiet some. As I journeyed further down into this dungeon of death, I saw something odd. This looks like a toy, but it's extremely heavy, and it has legs. Not sure what that is, but let me not think about that too much. There's too much stress that's coming upon me. I saw more books and another one of those toys. I thought to myself, wait a minute. Are these the dwarven mechs that I heard stories about? Gods. I hope it's nothing serious. I would hate to get attacked by one of these things. This area was so loud and then... Oh no. It's one of them. They're alive. Oh gods. As I attacked the spider thing, I was fearful of what might be up ahead. I can't come to terms to accept reality as of right now. Maybe I should turn around. I found a torch. I walked further up, and lo and behold, another spider thing. Not sure what to call this thing, but it attacked me. And it kinda hurt a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. As I attacked the spider, my sword felt as if it was not doing enough. One thing that I do know is that if something were to happen to me down here, I'm sure the Jarl would send help out for me, right? Right? I got attacked by another spider. This was getting a little old at this point. And then I saw the Khajiit. This one was crazy. I think he killed his friend. He attacked me. I did what I had to. I defended myself. He was strong, but I was stronger. I'm sorry, friend. I don't think I have ever killed anyone before. But after seeing his friend lying here dead, I felt as if I did a good deed in helping this person. I read his last journal entry in hopes of feeling a little bit better for myself. Enough bloodshed for once. I walked further into an entrance. And there I saw something that I have never seen in my life. I don't know what this stuff is, but for once in my life, I feel overwhelmed. I feel excited, but fearful. Starting to feel overwhelmed with the things that I was surrounded with. I suddenly got attacked by a ball, but it was also like a person. It was loud and terrifying. I couldn't believe my eyes. I don't know what this is, but I'm starting to get a little scared. I'm actually kind of worried for myself. I'm not sure if I should continue down here. I decided to keep pushing forward. I saw a big room with more smoke. And, surprise, surprise, I got ambushed with 2 spiders as I dealt with these pesky creatures of metal. I decided to take a look around this room. So many metal parts So many odd structures. So much oil? I saw a great door up ahead. I thought to myself, what in the world am I doing here? Why am I here? Should I even continue? What am I doing? What if I die here? I pushed forward. Me dying here, that's funny. I doubt that'll ever happen anytime soon. I am a man of strength, health, courage. That's what I keep telling myself, of course. This is actually kind of terrifying. Being attacked by metal spiders. I ditched that sword in favor of my axe. Or pick. Or whatever you call it. This weapon does a lot more damage than that measly wooden sword. I'm talking to myself as if I am trying to comfort my thoughts. But deep down inside, I'm crying. I'm terrified. As I continue further and deeper into the dungeons of doom, I don't know what to do. I start to feel a little nauseous. It's so loud down here. I don't understand. What in Talos' name were the dwarves doing down here? Why would they construct such abominations? Why would they build these metal obstructions? Oh, gods. What am I even doing? What is this place? If this is Black Reach, I think I've had enough. For whatever may lie ahead might be the end of me. It might be the beginning of me, in fact. It could be a tale that I might tell my children one day, in hopes that they might become like me in the future, but more brave, more bold, and someone with more courage, because quite frankly, I'm not sure if I can handle whatever lies ahead. And whatever may lie ahead might be worse than anything I have ever seen. Worse than anything I've seen thus far. The depths of Black Reach. I thought maybe I could acquire some artifacts, but everything I've seen is not worth it. I don't think it should see the light of day. I think it should stay down here in the depths of Black Reach forever. Or maybe. Maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself. I'm sure Black Reach is probably a paradise. The dwarves might even still be there. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I am. Perhaps I should turn back while I still have a chance. What should I do? Can you decide for me?
Have you ever wondered how life would be like as a vampire in Skyrim? Living day after day, hundreds of years, lonely, tired, and deprived of any sort of happiness? I'll tell you one thing right now. Being a vampire sucks. My home, my lovely place of purgatory. How I have hoped for many to escape, but they just couldn't come to terms. My name is Vlad, and I have a few things I'd like to discuss. First off, I've been living in this cave for the past 200 years, and I've seen many faces come, go, and even disappear. The sight of blood and seeing a person being torn in two doesn't faze me, but there are occasions where I feel as if there should be some change in my life. My servant, Lucian, has been here with me for about 50 years or so, and I'm starting to question his servitude. Never mind that. I have a challenging task that I must uphold. Today is my 1000th birthday, and with that I must procure the blessing of the oldest vampire known to man, Lord Harkon. I've waited literally all my life for this moment, and I can't help myself but to feel somewhat nervous. I've not felt like this since my first kill, way back then, but this feeling is odd, like a sick feeling. That feeling that makes one's stomach churn with severe nausea. I can't stand it. I asked Lucian to take charge of the cave until my return. It is uncertain whether or not I will ever come back, but if I don't, I know Lucian will take care of this place. My precious place of peace. As I left for Castle Volkahar, I had many thoughts on how things might be for me. Whether or not I will survive the journey, whether or not this will all be worth it. As I arrived at Castle Volkahar, I got a chilling sensation. I almost forgot how beautiful it is. So elegant in its design, and beautiful to the vampire eye, but horrifying to any human that dares set foot here on their own will. If and only if someone is stupid enough to come here out of curiosity. Upon entering the castle, only made things better. Oh, how I miss that smell of this old fortress scented with blood and the fear of prey. Lord Harkon was waiting for me. He told me everything I must do to achieve the blessing. First, I must drink the blood of 2 prisoners, then the royal blood of Molak Bal himself. My location is the Forgotten Vale. I'm not familiar with this place, but he gave me a basin to be filled with the holy water of Auriel 3 times. Once I've done this, I must wait until nightfall and drink it. Doing this will grant me power unlike any other. I feel as if this is not going to be an easy task, as you made it seem to be. But I shall not doubt my ability to overcome any obstacle I may encounter. Once I arrived to the entrance of what I believed to be the Forgotten Vale, I sensed a few creatures. No humans, though they'd be a nice snack right about now. I traveled through the corridors of doom and stumbled upon a poor little spider that met its demise. I ended up seeing a stream underneath this bridge. It seemed very powerful, so I decided to jump down this waterfall, and I thought to myself, curious, how could this be? A waterfall in a cave of this magnitude? After I fell down this waterfall, I ended up getting attacked by a few spiders. None I couldn't handle. However, I did see a troll. He looked ominous, so I stood very clear from him. I ended up finding a dead woman lying near a campfire. She had a note. I believe she was also trying to find some sort of hidden place. I ended up finding an entrance to what I now believe to be the Forgotten Vale. As I arrived, I thought to myself, this is the most beautiful place I have ever seen. I suppose the name is fitting for such a place as gorgeous and captivating as this. The Forgotten Vale. Seemingly a place of death and depravity. I feel sorry for whoever has been forgotten here. In Harkon's name I shall not be forgotten. I will walk out of this place with what I came for. I ended up stumbling upon a ghost of a man named Prelate. He would be the one to help guide me through the wilderness of the Vale. As he opened up a pathway for me, I saw the first of 3 basins I must gather water from. Seeing this brought a smile to my face, for I was one step closer to my destiny. After journeying through the Vale for some time, I again saw Prelate waiting for me. He opened the second path for me to the next basin. This time there was a portal to what I assumed to be a shortcut to my third and final basin. After entering, I traveled a little further, and what I saw next would give me chills. I saw the forgotten race of elves. Could these be the snow elves? My fellow ancestors? No, it can't. I refuse to believe it. This cannot be. No, enough of this. I continued further, as it was getting dark soon. I stumbled upon another campsite of these poor elves, and gently made my way through to find the final location of the basin. I looked up and smiled away. It's almost time, I thought. The greatest birthday present of all time. This would be wonderful. I ended up finding Prelate, as he would be the reason I'd complete this trial of truth. I thanked him and went on my way to find a place to rest. I looked up one last time and made peace with myself, for the things I may do next might change the world forever. Thank you, Lord Harkin, for this end to Molag Bal. It is time. Time for a change. This is it. I feel good. I feel powerful. I feel as if I might have the power to kill everyone. The entirety of Tamriel shall tremble in my presence. I flew out of the Vale and into the wilderness of the Reach. This figure of death seems unreal to me. I happened to run into a bandit camp and decided to slaughter everyone, as they deserve. They deserve everything coming to them. They deserve worse fate than death. After all these years, I finally feel free. I'm so ecstatic that I don't even know what to do next. Do I return to Lord Harkin and tell him about my journey? Or do I go back to my cave and maybe tell Lucian along with the others? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure exactly what to do. But whatever I do next, quite frankly, it will not matter. In the grand scheme of things, because I could wipe out an entire civilization, and for all they know, it's just another day in Skyrim. And for that, I rest my case. Till next time, I bid ye farewell.